This is about keeping America safe. This is not a complicated vote, but it's an important vote that really defines whether or not we are going to stand for border security in this country. For decades, it's been promised. There have been bills going back to the 1980s where we were promised that we were going to get a secure border, and it never happened. And so now we have a president who ran on this issue. This isn't something that just popped up. It was front and center during the campaign. And he said, I'm going to secure the border. I'm going to build a wall. And the people on the other side, our Democrat friends, said they didn't want that. Some of them actually said they want open borders. Some on the other side, Mr. Speaker, have said they want to abolish ICE, the very Border Patrol agents that are keeping the interior of America safe. Who are ICE? Who are the people they want to get rid of, Mr. Speaker? Those ICE agents last year alone saved over 900 kids from human trafficking. That's stuff that came across our border. You know, we are a nation of immigrants and a nation of laws. My great-grandparents came here from Italy, and I'm proud of that. We, by the way, Mr. Speaker, let more than 1 million people into this country legally every single year. The most generous country in the world. We should be proud of that. For those people that want to say it's a country of closed borders, this is about getting back to rule of law. This is about keeping America safe and saying there's a legal way to come here. And President Trump has said that. Even on asylum, he said if you want to seek asylum, there's a legal way to do it. But it's pretty hard to claim asylum, Mr. Speaker, when you came through Mexico and you forced yourself across that border, and Mexico said, we will offer you asylum. We will even offer you work permits and a job. And you said no. So it's really hard to say you're claiming asylum here in America when you turned down asylum in Mexico when you were coming across their border. So it's not about asylum. It's about rule of law. What do you say, Mr. Speaker, to the millions of people from other countries all around the world who are waiting, in some cases 10 years, 15, 20 years, to come to America legally? They're waiting in these theoretical lines, and they're doing it the right way. And then you've got a few thousand people that say, we're just going to storm across your border regardless. And the president stands up and says, you know what? I want to secure this border. So then we have a choice to make, Mr. Speaker. Are we going to stand with the president and say we're going to give you the tools to secure the border or not? It's a straight-up vote. You're either for border security or you're against border security. And let's not hide behind it. When you saw that meeting at the White House last week, when you had the Senate Minority Leader and the future Speaker of the House going over to the White House, they didn't want to give the president money for the wall because they didn't want to give him a win. You saw them. They were bragging. They just wanted to assign blame. Are you going to take blame for the shutdown? But they said, we don't want to give you the money for the wall, and they've said it since. So if they've got a personality conflict with the president, don't let the security of this nation get in the way of that. The president said, this is something I believe in because I care about the American people, and I have a responsibility to keep this country safe. And I wish everybody that came here across the border wanted to come here to seek the American dream. But, Mr. Speaker, we know that there are people that have come across this border with ill intentions for our citizens all across the nation. Again, I mentioned last year the 900 children that were saved from human trafficking. My colleagues have talked about the opioids, the illegal drugs that come across our border. Mr. Speaker, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security says, on average, every single day in America, 10 known or suspected terrorists tried to come into this country illegally. And some on the other side have said, oh, the number's not 10. Okay, well then what is your number? How many terrorists coming into this country illegally every single day are enough? I say none. There is a legal way to come here, and right now, those are the people, by the way, that we know of. How many people that want to break our laws, that want to do harm to our citizens, that want to jump in front of other people that are trying to come here to America the right way? How many more people have tried to come across that we don't know about because we don't have a secure border? And so we have a president who says, I need tools. And oh, by the way, there are some things that are in law. Right now, we in law tell the president where he can and can't build the wall, what materials he can and can't use. So he's got ideas. Mr. President has shown ideas of how to actually build a better border security wall at a cheaper cost, and yet the law prohibits him from building it cheaper, in a better way, more efficient for the American people. How ridiculous is that? So we remove that in this bill and tell the president he can build the wall however he wants in the most efficient way to keep America safe. So again, Mr. Speaker, as I close, we've got a choice to make. There's going to be a bill before us in a few minutes that we get to vote on to say, are we going to stand up for the rule of law and keeping this country safe and supporting the president's ability to secure America's border or not? You can vote yes or you can vote no, but don't hide behind politics. This isn't about the personality of the person in the White House. It's whether or not we're going to respect the rule of law and keep America safe. I urge my colleagues to vote yes, and I yield back the balance of my time.